Welcome to the Trippi Coaching Podcast. I'm your host, Andrea Trippi, weight loss and confidence coach, along with Tommy Else, one of the top-notch personal trainers around. And today we have a very special guest joining us, Gloriane Heine. For the past 7 years, Gloriane has been a health coach and an advocate for Juice Plus. She's a graduate of the Dr. William Sears Wellness Institute, and she brings a wealth of knowledge and experience to the table, empowering others to achieve optimal health through nutrition, a healthy lifestyle, and the product she truly believes in, Juice Plus. We're excited to hear her story, her expertise, and how she's been making a difference in the lives of so many. We can't wait to hear this conversation.
The Trippi Coaching Podcast is sponsored by Hairborn Salon, welcoming its newest member, Crystal. With 15 years of experience, enthusiasm, and leadership in the men's grooming industry, Crystal joins the Hairborn family with the ability to provide their gentlemen with all of the services they need, from cuts, color, beard details, and even waxing. Crystal has trained others in the field for 10 years and works to grow her knowledge and expertise with continued studies to learn the newest and latest products, trends, and skills. She uses her passion and talents for fine arts and creative arts to fuel her hair artistry. Together, you and Crystal will not only create your individual style, but she will teach you how to maintain it so you can walk with a renewed confidence every day. Be sure to mention that you heard about Crystal and Hairborn Salon from the Trippi Coaching Podcast to receive 10% off your next service. And you can book your appointment at hairbornsalon.com.
All right, Gloriane, how are you?
I'm good, Andrea. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
Awesome.
Gloriane, nice to meet you.
Good to meet you,
well,
too.
we've met before. I shouldn't say nice to meet you.
We have met, yeah.
Did
But
you
it's
guys
been a
meet-
while.
Yeah, you guys met at the walking club, right?
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
Which is how you and I met.
That's just how you and I met. So
Yeah.
I had one summer a West Suburban Walking Club group on the Illinois Prairie Path, and it was on a meetup app, and I didn't think anybody was going to show up but myself, but I brought this cold water for like all these people, and Gloriane, her beautiful face, you should see her. You look amazing.
Oh, thank you very much.
We met
Thanks,
walking, and I found out that you sold this superfood called Juice Plus.
Right.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that, how you got into this
Sure.
business and why.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me, number one.
yeah.
This is amazing to be here with you guys. So when I retired several years ago, I wanted to do something meaningful, and didn't know what I was going to do. Got a health coaching certification with the Dr. Sears Wellness Institute, graduate. And I met a woman who introduced me to this product. I was talking to her about, I still had gut issues, and she said, well, this may help you. So took it, loved how I was feeling. And then, I was doing like this Metamucil and this Miralax stuff, which I think a lot of people do.
Right.
And, stopped all that.
In lieu of like fiber, like real fiber. And stuff.
Right, to really, add, the commercials on TV. And really, doctors tell me about that. And it really did help. But I wanted something more natural.
Right.
And really fruits and vegetables are what we need.
That's right.
Even with probiotics, people take probiotics, they need fruits and vegetables for it to hold on to.
Right.
And to,
Yeah, they don't act alone. They work better in synergy with one another.
Exactly. Right. And I never had any intention on selling anything. Mm-hmm. I got involved with being an affiliate to get a better price for my product.
Yeah.
And then I started, isn't that how we all start? And then I started really feeling better. About a year later, I weaned off an antidepressant. And then a few years later after that, my bone density increased. But in the meantime, I thought, I needed to share this with someone. You know how you get a product and you're like, I have to tell people about this.
Yeah.
you know.
Well, and that's the best type of product if you're going to ever sell anything, is something you really believe in and have used and have had success with it, because you can say, like, look, I wouldn't be here selling this to you if this wasn't the real deal, you know?
Exactly.
So tell us what Juice Plus is for those out there that are curious.
Yeah.
Why you look so amazing. You should see her, right? Well, you do see
I
her,
do
but
see
everybody
her.
else, you should see her. She can we know how young you are?
I'm 69 years old.
She is 69 and you're jacked.
Oh,
You're
thanks.
jacked.
No,
You
you
look
look great.
super healthy. Yeah,
Oh, thank you.
absolutely. So tell us about the Juice Plus product.
Basically, they grow their own fruits and vegetables on soil they're enriched soil, and flash freeze it. They pick it when it's ripe. So it's basically concentrated plant powders. They pulverize it. They put the seeds, the stems, the skins in, pulverize it. It's live food.
Yeah.
Powder it. And capsulize it. Put it in capsules. Vegan, non-GMO, gluten-free, of course. NSF certified, kosher certified. Whatever's in the product, whatever it says it's in the product, that's all that's in there.
Right. There's
Just
no
fruits and
hidden chemicals or other
Toxins,
ingredients or anything like that.
No
Yeah.
pesticides, herbicides.
Yeah.
And that's what part of that NSF certification is.
Of course. Yes.
So I'm a huge believer in Juice Plus. I take it. I take it daily, and I take the fruits and vegetables, right?
And the berries.
The
too,
berries
don't you?
and the antioxidant one, the green, the red, and the purple.
Right.
Yes.
That's the berries.
And
right.
I'm starting on the omegas, but
Yeah.
I've been taking them now since I met you at the walking club.
Right.
That coincided to when I got my Bell's palsy.
Yeah.
And so I was looking for something to boost my immunity, make me feel better. And, if anything, I'm looking for something to at least give me that daily dose of habit and health that mentally you need to be, healthy and think you're getting better. A couple of the things I noticed when I first started taking it: no bloating. I had no bloating in my body. I felt my skin was very tight around my face and my neck and stuff. Because when you're undernourished, right, your body shows it.
Sure.
And that could be just the slight bloating of the face. So I noticed that right away. I noticed my energy level increase, and I had a lot of less brain fog. And it really helped me stay regular, stay positive. It's a little dose of health every day.
Sure.
It has the fruits and vegetables that we all eat the color of the rainbow, or at least we want to, right? But we never really do.
No.
We never get that in daily.
No, it's impossible
Right.
to get, because now they even say, the National Cancer Institute recommends 7 to 13 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. It's no more 5 a day anymore.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is because our soil's over-farmed. They
Yeah.
pick it when it's, it starts losing after
doesn't-
5 days.
Right. It's not holding the same nutritional value that it once did.
No.
Yeah.
It doesn't even get to that point because they pick it too soon.
Right.
So an apple is not an apple anymore. I mean, the same amount of nutrients in that apple. We need 5.
It's not realizing its true potential. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So we need that much. And if you work out, you need even more.
Sure.
So we can't get that. So how do we get it?
Supplementation.
Yeah, supplementation. And this is real food. This isn't
This is real
like a
food.
vitamin.
It is not a vitamin.
But it
This
gives
is
you
food.
all your essential nutrients that you need.
Exactly. Little by little.
Little by little.
Little by little, like you said, a little bit of health every day, working synergistically together. And it works on the cellular level.
What's cool about that stuff is when I start to get a cold or I feel my immune system is compromised, you can't really take too much of it. I could take 3-4 capsules of that same thing daily.
You
and
could double it. You could triple it.
Gloriane, go ahead and tell us a little bit more about the studies that you have there.
So one of the reasons why I love this product, probably the most important reason, and what sets us aside from everything else out there in the market, there's a lot of nutritional products.
Yeah.
And but Juice Plus is the most researched nutritional product in the world. There's over 45 clinical double-blind placebo research studies done with done by leading independent universities and hospitals around the world, from bioavailability, immune function, DNA oxidation. It actually protects our DNA, so we don't have to live by our genes anymore. This is a new science called nutrigenomics, which you've probably heard.
That's interesting. Yeah.
It's very interesting. I mean, there's so many preventable diseases. We don't, diabetes, all those things can really be prevented.
High blood pressure,
High blood
cholesterol,
pressure.
all that.
All
yeah,
those.
Yeah, those
really
are all
can be
things that
prevented.
you can do something about.
Right.
Yeah.
And as health professionals yourself, So, research studies, dental health, skin health, gut health, brain health, some new studies on brain health. And the omegas, and we talked about, you're going to start on the omegas, are amazing. It feeds the brain. And whatever feeds the brain feeds the eyes, feeds the heart.
Sure.
Well, the health of your gut has a tremendous, tremendous impact on the health of your brain. So working that gut and getting that balanced is going to make your brain work
100%.
Bueno. Yeah.
Yeah. Bueno is right. Yeah. The gut health, or the gut brain connection that we know about.
It's so, your brain needs nutrition and hydration as much as everything else in your body does, and all of that comes from the gut. So if everything's not cool down there,
That's right.
it ain't going to be cool up there.
That's right.
So.
Yes.
One of the things that I do love about Juice Plus, and you touched on this earlier, is that it does contain the whole fruit, right? It contains the pits, the seeds, the skins, the stems, which is
So there's nothing wasted.
Nothing wasted,
Nothing
but
wasted.
but the fiber part of it,
yeah.
when you take that, even if you take it with food, that fiber is going to balance out that blood sugar in the food that you're eating too. So it's great for people who have a, insulin sensitivity or some type of blood sugar imbalance. I think that any type of nutritional health that you can get, especially on the go. I mean, they have chewables too, right? You don't have to actually take this.
You don't. There are chewables. The capsules are the best, especially for adults.
Right.
Because they can be thrown into a blender.
Yeah.
And put in with your protein smoothie. They're that good. It's just vegan.
Olivia started.
Capsules.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt
go
you. Olivia, when I started on it, what's cool about the product is, you purchase your share of it.
Yeah.
But if you have children, they give it to them for free. The fruits and vegetable
Oh,
one
wow.
and the
Just the fruits and
the
vegetables.
fruits and vegetable one, not the purple one, the red and the green.
Even that's a hell of a deal.
But
Yeah.
remember, Olivia was suffering from migraines.
I do. Yes.
This product stopped it.
Wow.
Along with a healthier diet, because she was eating, crap food from fast food. But it did help. And remember, I told you that on that next walk. I said, she doesn't have any
I was
migraines.
amazed. I'm like, and so quickly.
Yeah.
And
She's-
her
she's
bowel
a-
movement was regular again. Here we go, talking about bowel movements. I
It's
think we
all
did.
I'm
about
sure
the
she'll
poop.
be glad to know
I'm
that
sure she'll be very. We probably
Yeah.
should edit that part out, Tommy.
Well, and so to backtrack just a little bit, because I do want to get to the children's health study. It's because it's a study. But when you're talking about your veins and eating a high-fat meal and the fast food, we can't eat perfectly, and we won't eat perfectly. But one of the studies talks about was done on cardiovascular in our veins, and they had two groups, fruits, vegetables, berries, and they fed the one group that was on for many weeks. I don't know how long they were on the Juice Plus, and they fed them then a high-fat meal. It was a McDonald's meal.
Yeah.
And they had only 92. They had only a few percentage, 92% less constriction of their blood vessels with
Wow.
that high-fat meal.
Wow.
So I mean, we can.
That's huge. Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Whereas the placebo group had 60% constriction, vein constriction. So
Which, by the way, just for those listening, take a second just to think about the fact that when you eat those foods, that's what it does.
That is
that's
what it does.
So, it's great that this stuff helps, but not eating those foods is even better.
Yeah.
So just
It is even
public
better.
service announcement. There, so.
Exactly. And just ask the emergency rooms, when are they most busy? After Thanksgiving, you know,
Right.
those
The
high fat,
meals.
people are having heart attacks.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the family that contributes.
Well,
to the,
yeah, and the stress. Yeah. Yeah. It goes along. This does help with stress too. So, or maybe walking out the door, but, you know, and so from ages 4 to finish till they get to age 26, can get fruits and vegetables, either capsules or chewables, at no charge except for
all the way to 26.
all the way to
like
26
insurance.
now.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It used to be
That's
only
really-
for 4 years. So generous of this.
Oh,
This
yeah,
company
seriously.
is amazing. They've been around for 30
I've never
years.
heard of an offer like that. That's really
Yeah. So, you know, but it is a study, and it's shown that 71% of kids eat less fast food and soft drinks. You know, drink less soft drink. They crave more water. They miss less school. I mean, there are statistics here, but they go to the doctor less. So over 24 years, I think, of this study, and they're going to continue it. Like I said, they expanded it.
There's no age that's too young to be mindful of your nutrition, and if anything, the sooner the better, to get them into the habit of it and show them not only through your actions but being able to supply that as well. That's a huge thing for them to be able to offer that as well. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
it is a great company.
It gets the kids on a great habit
yeah.
of taking those.
Right.
It's
a superfood.
It's important to. I try to tell parents that I work with that it's important to lead by example, and then also educate them as young kids the importance of this stuff, so that when they grow up and they're on their own, you know, they know how to cook, they know how to make meals with real food and things like that, and not just throw things in the microwave and live off of Hot Pockets and, you know, Totinos. So.
Yes, yes. And it's proven that the more fruits and vegetables they get in, the more fruits and vegetables they crave. So when you start them at a young age, even at 6 months old, you can open the capsules and put a little bit of powder on their tongues.
I do have a couple clients who I know, like with their kids, you know, since the day they were born, all they've ever known was good, clean food. Once in a blue moon, you know, they go out, you know, that's usually them going to an actual restaurant and not like McDonald's or something like that. But then that to them is the norm. And then that's such a better way to send them into the world where, you know, restaurants and fast food are like a special occasion.
Special treat.
And not a daily routine.
Right.
So
I think a lot of parents, though, are afraid to actually teach health to their kids now because they're, you know,
Well, maybe
eating
because they don't
disorders,
know.
right?
Exactly, and that's what I was going to say. A lot of it is just, you know, they themselves don't know, and
Right.
and the trend that I've seen is that the ones who are mindful of their children's health in that way are people who are educated, at least to some end, about it, so that they're watching their own, you know, intake, and they're just having the whole family eat the same. But there's people that there's a lot of things in life I don't know about because I've just never crossed paths with anyone who would ever teach me or been a part of something there where I would have learned it or known. And for a lot of people have very little idea about nutrition. They don't understand how much sodium and stuff is in these foods and fast foods and things like that, and the impact that it has on you, what sugar does to you. It's there, it's on the shelf, it's food. More than anything, they're just worried about how much does it cost. And if they go with whatever's the cheapest thing, more likely than not, the cheaper it is, the worse for you it is too.
Right. And unfortunately, that's kind of the way things are right now.
Right.
And the things that are healthy, like you said, are more expensive. But in the long run, is it?
Let's see.
You know?
And what I've always told people is that, you know, yes, you might be paying more for the good food right now, but when you're like in your 60s, 70s, 80s, and you don't have all the health problems that your other 60 and 70, 80-year-olds have, you're saving money on doctor's visits, on prescriptions and medications, and, you know, things you need around the
Absolutely.
house, a cane, a walker, things like that. You don't
need
won't,
that.
You won't spend money on any of that, and you'll be able-bodied to have a good quality of life too. So
Exactly.
that's where the payoff comes, is in the long run.
Right.
You know, parents are always trying to sneak in vegetables for their kids, right? They're always trying to figure out a way to grind up the carrot and put it in something that the kid likes. this product, if they just took this product, listen to the vegetables and the fruits in here: Concord grape, blueberry, cranberry, pomegranate, blackberry. What's bilberry?
Bilberries. They're right.
Never heard
we don't eat them. That means we don't eat them.
Raspberry, elderberry, blackcurrant, apple, peach, dates, beets. You
Right.
can't get your kid to eat beets.
No, none of us will eat
But
that.
you could get them to take a chewable juice plus.
Sure.
Right?
Exactly.
So-
And lemon peel is in all of that. All three blends, there's lemon peel. But I mean, the whole
Which
orange.
is great for your immune system.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why they put them in because there's 4 immune studies. So, but the seeds, there's studies about, peach seeds, and that's where all the nutrition is in those stems, in that peel.
All of that. I mean, like you said, the reduced DNA damage. There's improved lung health, right? There's enhanced recovery, so your body recovers faster when
Sure.
it's healthier and has all these things healing it up. Better bone health and the bone density. I mean,
Well, all of this is just all the fuel that your body needs, but it's not getting from your regular diet. It's filling in those gaps, and it's like any machine. The more well-oiled it is, full tank of gas, good tires, the better you have it all put together, the better it's going to run, right?
the later your check engine light
Right.
comes on, yeah.
But you could have the nice tires, half a tank of gas, and have not changed the oil in 10 years, and you're going to have a different car. So, this is, again, it's
That's a perfect analogy, because when we exercise we get oxidation, we create oxidation, and that's rust.
yeah. it
And
is.
you take care of your car, you won't have you take care of your body. Those antioxidants we hear about, we don't know what that is. It's it's turning that oxidation into.
Right.
I think one of the biggest problems that we have when it comes to this sort of stuff in regards to thinking about your internal organs and your internal health is that it's just that it's internal. You don't see it.
Right.
Like if you could see your liver every day and you saw it like starting to get fatty, well then you'd probably start doing something about it, and
By
blood
that time, it's too late.
right. And
Or-
and blood work rarely resonates with people. Like a doctor, you can get your blood work and find out that your liver's not doing great, and they'll tell you, you got to back off on
You
this.
still
and
can't
that.
see it.
Right. You don't see it, and then you just you throw away your piece of paper they gave you, and you go back to whatever you were doing. So it's just important to try to bear in mind, and even try to have like a mental image of your internal organs and your health, because all of that stuff is what works together to make the machine work. And that's why if you don't have a working liver, if your kidneys are failing, if you're just any of that goes, it affects one thing affects the other. Everything runs in synergy with each other.
We talk about working on our cells, and our cells, we don't feel our cells changing for the
Right.
good or the bad.
Right.
So when someone says, "Oh, I'm eating the Juice Plus." By the way, we eat Juice Plus. We don't take it. We eat it.
Right, we eat it.
I don't know. I'm not feeling any different. Well, you don't always feel yourself. You don't feel your cells getting better. You don't feel them getting sick either until
Correct.
all of a sudden you're sick.
Right.
Oh, I have cancer. Oh, I've got a tumor. We didn't feel ourselves get to that place.
Right.
It didn't happen overnight.
Or even just like lack of energy and things like that. Like it'll take a few weeks to a month, maybe even a couple months before you realize, I'm just not, I'm not sleeping right anymore. I don't have the same energy. But it's because every day goes by and you're just not aware of it, until you're suddenly in this deficit of some sort.
Exactly.
Some people do take care of their car better than themselves.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, think about it. They really do.
But again,
Because they can see it,
Exactly.
like you
Right,
said.
yeah.
right.
Yeah. It's something we can't see and we can't always feel. So, but
Right.
we know this is working every day. You're taking this, eating it. Your cells are producing healthy cells. I know I'm producing healthy cells every day.
you're being proactive about it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I find that it makes me less hungry.
Oh,
I'm sure it does. It's probably with the fiber in it.
I think so. With the blood sugar regulation, too, I'm not craving that up and down, that spike.
And I was going to say, when they were talking about the kids and eating less fast food and things like that, I mean, if you're getting enough fiber, you're just not going to have cravings for anything, really. I mean, so that's going to help cut down on fast food and other stuff like that.
And this
as
isn't
well.
fiber that's going to make you bloated, because I can't have artificial fiber. I can't do all that
Metamucil.
Metamucil and all that.
I was getting.
I get so sick, and that has
Uh-huh.
all these different chemicals in it. And it's
Yep.
just psyllium that just kind of blows up your gut, and
Fiber is supposed to be a physical thing that's going through your system and helping push everything out and clean it, like a broom. So if you're taking something that's some synthetic thing or whatever, it's not going to have the same effect as what raw fiber from real fruits and vegetables
Because the
is.
body doesn't recognize it.
Right.
Right.
It's not unless
just,
because it only recognizes natural stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It and it doesn't know what to do with it. When we first start with this, it can be a little scrubbing bubbles.
Yeah.
But that's good for you.
Yeah.
Some people are a little more toxic than others, and but we start slowly, and the body loves it.
And it's important with anything like this to give it time, because like you said, if you do it for like a week and you're like, oh, I don't feel anything. It's like, well, you're not going to undo 30, 40 years of damage to your body after 1 week of taking anything. Give it time. And, like even with if you're changing the way that you eat, the water that you take, things like that, always give it time. Your body has an amazing ability to adapt and adjust to things, but you got to give it a little time to do its job. It's a miracle that it can do it. Just be grateful it can, and let it work and do its thing.
You're avoiding copays, you're avoiding pharmacy costs, you're avoiding all of that crap that comes along with being sick.
It's much cheaper to stay healthy than it is to
Little
be
bit
sick.
every day.
Believe it or
And
not.
you're not going to be having phone calls with the doctor's office and trying to log into your chart online and all that
which
stuff.
is-
I mean, seriously,
Can't get a hold of them.
All of those little stressors and all those things won't be a part of your world if you take care of yourself now.
Right.
And I try to tell people, I'm like, you got to think long term. You only get one life, and you want that last part of your life to be just as good as this part. So it's worth investing in yourself, to exercise, eat right, and do whatever you have to get you there.
And back to the car reference, put the good gas in, put the good oil in, do your regular scheduled, maintenance. And
Get your blood work done every year. Okay.
but it's the
we
daily
need to- but
maintenance. It's the
do.
daily
It's the daily
maintenance.
that's going to lead to. That's right. Another thing too, looking at people get protein off the shelf, and they look at the grams of protein. It's not just about the number; it's about how clean that protein
the quality
is.
of
It's the
right.
quality
It's the
of what
quality
you're
of the
getting.
protein.
And things we get off the shelf, we
Like-
don't know really what's in it.
I have specific brands that I will recommend to my clients, and none of them are on the shelves at Walmart. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
Or Costco.
I wouldn't take any of that stuff.
Yeah.
When you eat your Juice Plus,
It's weird saying it, but
how many times a day do you eat it?
I just eat it once a day.
Okay.
It
So
is
this
2
isn't-
caps of.
It's not like 3 times a day or anything like that. Because I know some people, it's tough for them to, keep that kind of regimen going or anything like that. But someone could do this just once a day, is in the morning or something.
Once a day in the morning. You could take it, do it with your breakfast or in the smoothie,
Yeah.
as we mentioned. That is the easiest.
you could do it on an empty stomach too, can't you?
You can.
Yeah, that didn't make
you
me
can.
sick when I did
There
that.
should be no reason. if
Yeah.
it's-
We also have a company called Tower Garden, and it's aeroponic growing. So it's a tower.
It's growing vertically.
It's growing vertically in my kitchen as we speak, 3 foot in diameter, and there are 2 versions, a 3 foot and then a little bit smaller one, but still about 5 feet high. Anyway, about 20 plants you're getting that are grown without dirt. So water in a tank with an aquarium pump that pumps the water through the center. The roots grow into the center of this tube. It's beautiful. And we add nutrients to the water. You're the only one touching your lettuce.
That's
Yeah.
so cool.
You're picking it if I'm going to make a salad, or I just walk up to it and start pull the leaves off and eat them.
And you value it because you've taken the time to grow it,
Right.
and you look at it and you've talked
Yeah.
to it and you nurture
Yeah.
it, right? And what's great about that tower is that you don't need to rip up your yard. You don't even need to have a yard
No,
to be
right.
able to
I could
grow
get
healthy
one.
food. So
In any size condo. I know people with, 1,500 square foot condo. She's got it in her extra bedroom. It's just put it in front of your window. It has grow lights, and
That's cool.
Yeah,
pull
it is
out a
pretty
coffee
cool.
table and put it. I mean, it's a great conversation piece.
It's a
and,
great
you know,
conversation piece, yeah.
You don't need it to be by a window at all. People go grow
Oh, because
put
it
them in
has
their
its
basements.
own lighting.
Yeah, you can have it in the basement.
Oh. They
I like
did
it in the
say that.
kitchen or near the kitchen because then I can cook from it.
Sure,
pull
yeah.
off the kale or
Yeah.
the chard. Juice Plus has partnered with the U.S. Olympics Performance Center in Charlotte, South Carolina. And for the past year, most of their athletes that train there have been on the Juice Plus protocol of, say that fast 3 times, of the fruits, vegetables, berries. They are starting on the protein powder. But now, so some of our current Olympians who are competing have been on the protocol. Going forward, they're all going to be, everyone who's there, trains there, and they're a very unique center, will be on the whole Juice Plus protocol going forward.
How cool is that?
It's very cool.
Well, it's just a very strong testament to its
nutrition.
efficacy. You know, I mean, they're not doing that just to do it. And I mean, they want these guys to win. So
Yeah, and
they-
perform at their highest level.
Right.
And this will help them
I
do
wonder
that.
if there's going to be a study on injury prevention and Juice Plus. Because you have less inflamed joints, you have better health.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Well, and you said your bone density got increased. So I mean, even that can,
that'd be interesting.
That kinda points to healthy.
It could lead to, like, maybe you don't break your leg and you just fracture it instead or something
Healthy
like that.
tendons,
I mean,
healthy
who knows?
joints,
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. It all points to that.
Yeah, I
being
mean-
a healthy body overall.
Right, yeah. Whether it's that product or just eating a healthier diet, I mean, it's always going to give you that benefit. so.
Right. And it's no replacement. We still have to do weight bearing exercises
Oh, yeah.
and, look at everything else we're eating.
This is
But-
Right. You still, you can't just
as
take
you know.
you can't just take these you can't just eat these 3 pills and then go to McDonald's and
Daily,
expect.
yeah.
I mean, I guess you can't. You can.
You can.
You can, but
You'll have
it's-
less constriction of your.
Yeah.
But,
For a while.
but you should still be trying your best to eat well. So.
Yeah.
Well, Gloriane,
This is awesome.
yeah,
Thank you, you guys.
You
It's
are
been
an amazing woman. You're a
thank
great
you.
friend. You look
Thank you.
so great. You look
Oh, thank
amazing.
you. I appreciate it.
And we thank you for coming
Oh,
on.
thank
and
you
sharing.
very much for having me.
Yes,
too.
thank you for coming. Thank you for the samples.
Yeah, you're
So
welcome.
if you want to try Juice Plus and you want to feel healthy and feel and look as great as Gloriane, please check out the link in the show notes. Even schedule a call with her. She'll tell you more about it.
Well, again, thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah, thank you.
With that, as always,
As always.
I, of course, have been who else but Tommy else.
And I need to come up with a better ending because I always follow. But I am Andrea Trippi. And until next time, here's to a healthier, more confident you.
The Trippi Coaching Podcast is produced and mixed by me. Who else but Tommy else? Theme song provided by Professor Click. Be sure to check him out at professorclick.com. All one word, KLIQ.com. The content provided in the Trippi Coaching Podcast is for informational purposes only and is not intended as a substitute for professional, medical, health, wellness advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified health provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition. Be sure to like, rate, and review the show, and you may hear your review read on a future episode. And follow the Trippi Coaching Podcast on Facebook for exclusive content.